line. Your time has not yet come. I shall return thee to the land of the living.
YouTube, it's your boy, the Memphis XL. Alright, welcome back to the 100 Days Yu-Gi-Oh! Where every day for 100 days, we're dueling with a different deck every single day. Today, everybody, is the 72nd day, and it's time for ourselves to look at Guardian Eatos, the boss monster of all Guardian monsters. Sorry, Guardian, it's not you, buddy. It's not you. It's her. It is her. So we have ourselves a deck based around summoning out Guardian Eatos and just pumping her full of equipped spells and going for it. It's very straightforward, very simple when you get down to it. But we got some snarky little tech cards to mess with my opponent. And we're going to be going into Eatos Pro, that Wild West Yu-Gi-Oh! Showing off the combos and the wombos, the what do's and the what not do's. And have ourselves a good old time with a good old straightforward casual deck that aims to make Eatos absolutely huge. So big old shout out to Mr. Spicy Boy, who wanted us to take a look at Guardian Eatos, and that's exactly what we're aiming to do. So of course we have our whole deck list today. If you want the whole thing, it'll be at the end of the video as always. For now, don't forget to hit up all the good buttons down below. And without further ado, let's head on to the action. Show what Guardian Eatos can do. Alright everybody, our first opponent, another day and another card game. With our deck, we like to go first to go second. One of them beatdown decks requires just a little bit of setup on it. Now, as for our opening hand here, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and start with a pot of prosperity. We're going to go ahead and banish 6 of our cards, because there's just certain cards I'd like to get now rather than later. And most of our extra decks pretty, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but it's like we don't need to summon these monsters unless we really want to. So, yeah, you, and then you. Yes, we'll keep the cards so we can at least vaguely use. Okay, there's the Eatos. That's a good start. I like it. I like it a lot. I like a lot of the good things we got in here. So let's go ahead. Oh, man, that's a tough decision. That is a toughie, but I think we just go ahead and get Guardian Eatos so that we have her in our hand. So we'll be pretty set up for now. Let's go. I could use my Morganite here, but because I already have Dread Scythe, I think I won't just yet. But we can in the future. We'll summon our Guardian Eatos. You just have to have no monsters in your grave. You can just summon this from the hand. It's pretty neat. I can also ditch equip spells, such as my Power Guardians, to like banish my opponent's monsters. But right now they have no monsters, so we don't need to worry about that. For now, we'll end our turn. See where this is gonna go, because I have the Morganite for next turn. If I don't lose Eatos, I mean, if he destroys Eatos, either way, we'll see where this is gonna go. And we're up against Toon monsters. Okay. Toon monsters are neat. Toon monsters are cool. I like Toon monsters. Toons are neat. Although I don't like the idea of him, like, banishing me with Blackluster Soldier. That would not be fun. That's like the one thing I don't want to see right here. So with any luck, he just gets, like, Red Eyes Dragon. Or the Toon Magician, actually not good either, because he's going to get out Blackluster Soldier. That he most certainly can do. Alright, so the Toon Man is doing as Toons will do. He is certainly gonna get at least 2, if not 3 Toons. Although I imagine he's gonna use the other effect of the Magician here. Get out the Blackluster Soldier. But I could be wrong. I just don't think I am wrong, that's the thing. So we'll see about this. I mean, that's pretty solid Toon starting him up turn. And now he's got Bookmark 2. Oh boy. So this will add you Blackluster Soldier. Alright. Well, that is an unfortunate thing. The one thing I didn't have here is a Poopus. If I had a Poopus, I could have negated Blackluster Soldier Man. Because unfortunately, this can just banish my Eatos. Just not necessarily what I want to happen. I mean, thankfully, none of these... I think Blackluster can attack this turn. But I don't think... Yeah, Dark Magician can't. Red Eyes can't. That's not a Toon. You can't tell me that that's a Toon. That's not a Toon at all. Now, thankfully, Power of the Guardians will activate here, and I'm going to get myself a counter. That's going to make Eatos just a little bit bigger, so I just auto-destroy that guy. That's kind of how the Power of the Guardian spell works. Alright, so he is going to attack into me directly, as you do. And that's where things are going to be a little more difficult. I really could use my mother flipping a poopus. And that will get me my mother flipping a poopus. Alright, good. Excellent. That's exactly what we want to see here. Alright. Well, I'm sorry, Dread Scythe, but I think I need more draws if I'm going to out this dude. So I'm going to activate my Succumbing Song Morganite. Very nice little spell here. Okay, he'll negate that. That's fine too. I'm actually pretty content with that. Because I really just wanted to get into regular Morganite here. And I do have to shuffle a card back, so Dread Scythe, maybe next duel. Maybe next duel. But for now, we're going to go ahead and activate our Morganite here. And now I'll have good old Eatos battle into his Lackluster Soldier. And again, I'm just going to get a little bit bigger every turn. That's how Eatos happens to work, so that's what we're going to do. And from there, that's what we're just going to do right here. We're going to go ahead in the standby phase, activate a Poopus. Love this guy. Can't wait to play like the straight up Odeon cards. It's going to be wild. But a Poopus here is going to set other Poopus. So I have some ability to negate my opponent's board. Because if he tries to banish me with that Soldier Boy, I'm not going to be very happy. Not going to lie. So let's go ahead and activate Tiki Soul. Just have another trap monster on the board, another level 4 on the board if I need to overlay these things for, like, I don't know, lightning. Utopic lightning, perhaps? Maybe. I have that power. I could do it. Actually, more likely I would go for Dugares here, but it's neither here nor there. Alright, so Blackstone of Legend, once more upon the board. And then you're going to summon out Relinquish Anima. I mean, I could negate that. I don't really need to, though. So, much as I'd rather keep Tiki Soul on the board, I think this is fine. It's not ideal by any standard, but it's whatever. I mean, you stole my Tiki. How could you? That was my favorite souvenir. Alright, so yeah, he's going to go ahead and use his Blackluster Soldier here. Attempting to remove Eatos, but we should not allow that without a fight. So we'll go ahead and summon out our Poopus. And let's negate the one card that we may. I was hoping to negate 2, but 1 will have to do. Alright, so battle phase is going to come. He can't battle phase this turn because he used the effect of his Soldier Boy. Alrighty. Good so far. Let's activate our Pot of Extravagant. Again, extra deck not that important in this deck. Let's see. What do we... Ooh, Eatos does sound very good. And I kept my Unicorn... And I kept Lightning, but not Utopia. Okay, I see how it's going to be. Ooh, actually... If only I had another level 4 on the board. That'd be perfect, but... I can still do stuff. We're going to activate Celestial Sword Eatos on Eatos. So how Eatos works, I'm going to go ahead and use her ability. Ditching her sword, I can remove 3 of my opponent's cards from the game, and I'll gain a big 500 for each. Unfortunately... Celestial Sword Eatos does not work the way you'd think it would, in which, you know, she would gain even more attack because of Eatos' sword. It misses timing. It's very silly. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and punch Relinquished Anima in the face. I would punch Soldier, but that literally will do nothing. I'd rather just punch this guy. So we're all set, I would say. Let me think. I'm good. Are we good? I think we're good. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. We're fine. We're totally bodacious. Let's go ahead and get a Poopus upon the board. And that way I can get another Poopus. All the Poopus in the world! That's what we got. Alrighty. So we're in a really good spot here. Yeah, he's got his Pot of Extravagant. I probably should just negate that, right? Just in case. This might be a little overcautious, but at the same time... let's just go ahead and negate everything this dude has. I'm just going to negate everything. And we'll see what this guy... I mean, if he has something to out me, like another Blackluster Soldier, there's nothing I can do about it. But you have the Blackstone of Legend. Okay. Get another Red Eyes. Please tell me you didn't have another copy of Soldier Boy in your hand. He might. If he does, that's bad. Okay, good. It's just 2 Dark Magician. That's fine. It's fine. It's totally okay. I mean, he has two attacks. He can't tackle these two unless he overlays to something else. So we'll see where this will go. We'll see. I mean, I still have my Guardian Eatos. He is very low on life points. So let's see. Yeah, because I'm going to gain 500 off my Power of the Guardians every time I attack. So I'm good in that respect. Yeah, he has one attack. You get one and you're done, sir. One and done. You would attack a Pupus? See, that's the part where I wish I was playing like the original Pupus as well. It's kind of weird that this card works with that, but there you go. That is what our deck wants to do. So a solid battle against the Toon monsters, and they put up a pretty good fight. I really wish the Eatos' sword worked the way it was supposed to, but that's neither here nor there. But you get an idea. This is exactly what we want our deck to do. We're summoning out Eatos. I'm going to pile up the equipped spells onto her. If I can get Dugares out, I can make her attack absolutely massive, and then we just swing into him. That's what this deck is all about. So let's go for duel number 2. Show off more what this deck can do. Alrighty, second opponent. Let's go and do it again. Alrighty, let's see here. Scissors. Ah, good old Scissors. You did a good job, Scissors. Alright, so what do we have for an opening hand here? Not too shabby, not too shabby. Let's start with our Pot of the Extravagant. Already have Eatos, which is great. I also have Divine Servant, which I'm happy for. We got old if I want to. You know, I mean, if you want to stretch hairs, does kind of go with Eatos in a way. It's more of a Seal of Warring Calicos thing. But Raphael did have the seal. He just only used it like the one time. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, more importantly, I got like 3 different trap cards. One of which being a Pupus, and the other one being other Pupus. And I would use my Morganite, but I want to at least have a chance to go for Get if possible. So for now, I'd say we're good. I'd say we're in a good starting position. So during my opponent's standby phase, which will happen any second now, after he does his Labrynth cards. Gotta go with the Labrynths, as one does. I'm gonna go ahead and activate a Pupus. Gonna go for a Pupus. Get me another trap card. That way this will give me like, let's see, I'll be able to negate up to 3 cards. That'll be good. That'll stop him from like establishing stuff. That'll be good. Let's see here. Monsters destroyed by an attack. Because that'll work on my trap monsters. That's the good thing. Alright, so he's got his field spell. That can make things tricksy. I'm good. Okay, so remind me how this works again. Activate a welcome Labrynth card. Add the additional effect of destroying card on board. A pretty tricky card indeed. Dogmatica. I think... No. I don't think I want him to go for the Dogmatica combo. That just sounds like a bad time for me and a way too good of a time for him. So I'm going to stop Nadir's Servant, because I just do not trust him doing that sort of thing. And we'll go from there. Let's see. Oh, did I break his spirit? I saw the little warble there. I saw a little warble. Okay, no, he's not quite done. That would have been way, way too easy. So what's this do again? Send this card to the graveyard, summon a Labrynth monster, or set a trap, which can be activated this turn. And that is the one for battle. Okay. It's not the best trap, but it is a trap indeed. Alright. But thankfully I have more Pupus. But my opponent surrenders! Alright. Yeah. What kind of world is this where the Labrynth player has less of a spine than the Toon player? At least the Toon player put up a fight. Alright, but we'll have to do a bonus duel at that point. But again, this is essentially why I picked the Pupus for this deck. Because it's a really good way to interrupt my opponent without being overly insane with it. Plus, it just fits with the theme. No monsters in the grave. You know, this is a trap card in the grave. And yet it still does us a lot of good work. But I was going to be able to stop his trap card. And we don't even know what we were going to get into. But I have Armory Call. And I could have gotten Mage Power on this thing. These are still trap cards. There are still trap cards. I would have had like so many attack points. So let's go ahead for duel number 3. Keep doing what we're doing. So far we're on a bit of a roll. And I want to keep it going. Alrighty, our third opponent. The Biting Third. Let's go all in, all through, and see what comes of it. All right. Paper, you fail me. Okay, I guess I was asking a bit much. But either way, opening hand's not too bad. We're up against the new Monarch stuff. Okay. I'd say the new one. We don't yet know this is the new stuff, but I would assume with all of how Yugioh Pro works that they're going to be playing like a lot of the new stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, domain lock Monarchs back at it again, but we'll see where this is going to go. I mean, he might summon something interesting. We'll find out. Luckily, my deck doesn't really care about summoning from the extra deck all that much, otherwise that'd be a problem. That would be awful. But thankfully, I don't really care. I mean, yeah, I won't be able to summon out, like, my Egyptian god Slimy, but that's neither here nor there. Alright, so now they got the Rebellion of the Monarchs card, which is an interesting thing, because it appears to show Eatos fighting Erebus, which is kind of weird that, you know, Eatos is doing this thing, but no, it's neither here nor there. It doesn't really matter. Just an interesting lore tidbit. Okay, so reveal 3 squires. Oh, gee, I wonder what I should pick. I'm spoiled for choice. I guess you could have this one. And then, yeah, the one goes to the hand, the rest of the graveyard. Yeah. Getting out Eatos. You get another summon. And then you're going to summon out Eatos. Big boy Eatos, specifically. Who looks slightly different than the original, but that's neither here nor there. What is this going to do now? This adds another Monarch spell trap if he so desires it. That being March, of course, because he just wants to lock me out of all the good times. Now, fortunately, this won't matter too much, although, depending on what exactly he has as well. Let's see. Setting another Monarch spell trap. This card's banished. Do a thing. Cool. Alright. Ooh, Dread Scythe. Nice. So let's go ahead and special summon Guardian Eatos, because it's bigger than this thing. Oh yeah, then there's the culmination of Monarch's trap, where he gets to use his effect to get rid of my stuff. He's probably going to destroy me, and that's not great. Oh no, he's banishing me. Okay, I'll summon another one. Alright. No, stop. He can do that again? Now he's destroying me. No! Dread Scythe, get out here. I need you to save us. I didn't know he could do that more than once. Okay. He's gonna do it again. He's discarding a random card. No, he can put my card on top of my deck if he wanted to. He can do this. Oh yeah, it's a one spurt chain. That is incredibly insufferable. Alright. Well, there goes Guardian Dread Scythe. I tried so hard and I got so hard. In the end, it didn't really matter because of my culmination. I knew this card existed. I did not know that he could do that as many times as he wanted. And that means I'm pretty much dead. That pretty much means I'm dead unless he's out of... No, he still has 2 more spell traps. He still has 2 of those things. So even if I use my traps and stuff, he can just destroy them because of Mobius's effect. Oh my goodness. What a way for our streak to end. That is... no. There's gotta be some... Oh wait, Dread Sight's on top. That's right. I'm just dead, aren't I? I'm dead. There's nothing I can do about this. I guess I'll activate my cards either way. It won't matter because he can literally just activate Culmination. Or maybe he can't right now. Okay, I guess I'll get rid of Culmination just to get rid of the darn thing. You know what? I'll take my revenge on Culmination as a thing. Alright, well that was a bit of a little disappointing of a duel, but at the very least we got to see, like, I'm actually happy here. In a strange way, I'm happy, because now we're having Monarchs that have nothing to do with, you know, being... No more Vanity's Fiend. No. The days of Vanity's Fiend are over. The time of Monarchs that have actual interaction with the opponent, barring this, are here. So, as much as I hate losing, it's okay. We have time for one more duel today. We'll pick ourselves back up. And hey, you got to see some cool stuff. I got to get that Monarch video out, because now I got to really talk about this thing. I thought it was just a cool card. Now I know it's a really cool card. Alrighty, everybody. It's time for the 4th and final opponent, the last chance at romance. And I'm glad I didn't pick paper. I was considering picking paper right there, but there we go. Paper doing what we want. Alright, so last duel, let's see what we got. Ugh. It's not exactly a hand that speaks with a mighty power. But we'll go ahead and activate our D-Fissure. We have our Tiki Soul, at least that's something. And I do have my Time-Tearing Morganite. So we'll see where this is gonna go. It's not perfect, but it's something. It's a start, let's put it that way. I appear to be up against probably a Monarch build. More Monarchs indeed. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of Monarchs, that's what we got. But that's okay, because now that I've gotten rid of the graveyard, that's probably gonna do something. I mean, I can't get rid of his spell traps. That's true, I can't get rid of his spell traps, but I can get rid of all his monsters. So if I can stop him from having like Eatos and Adia and Tessera in the graveyard, that's something. Might not be the perfect something, but it's something if nothing else. So we'll see where this is gonna go. You're gonna get your Rebellion. Yep. You're gonna get one monster, and the other two are just gonna get straight up banished, because that's what the situation for you is, sir. That is your current situation. Okay? So you got your Rebellion of Monarch. Yep, you're gonna get, I assume, Tessera, but it could be Eatos for all we know. I imagine it's those two. Oh, that could be a Dia too. Because it goes to your hand, right? Yeah. Okay, you're gonna get one of each. Okay, I guess you can have the big guy. Because the other two are just gonna get straight up banished. I'd rather than be banished than anything. Yeah, because those guys are not gonna be in your graveyard for you to abuse them. Not at all. Granted. Oh, it's from the hand, okay. I was about to say, do you banish this to get back a banished monster? That would be very ironic and very bad for me. Alright, so Eatos is on the board. And you get that other summon, so you do get your big old honkin' shonkin' Eatos the bigger. Alright. I mean, the good thing is, so far, no sign of the trap card. Although you can just search out the trap with this thing, because of course that's how it works. Of course that's how the new Eatos works. Really just wish I had, like, more of my traps. That's, like, the thing I want right now. Okay, getting March is not terrible. March is not bad. So I think... Oh. Okay, get Aether. Aether, the Heavenly Monarch. She is slightly larger than Eatos. Let's see. Ditching Pantheism, so you can banish that for even more spell trap nonsense. Getting Karaz. Oh, no. Not Karaz. So you're gonna pop two of my cards. I mean, I'll get to draw two cards, which is nice. Let's see. Poppin' Madi Fissure, you say. Okay. There's nothing really I can do about that, so that's fine. I guess I have no choice here. I don't really have much choice in that regard, so I'm just gonna have to hope I can draw into like my Eatos. It's like the only thing I have. So let's go ahead and activate Armory Call here. Just to get that going. If he has Ash Blossom, all the better. All the better if he had an Ash Blossom. For now, though, let's see. I'm going to get Celestial Sword Eatos just to have that going. Just to have that going, I think that's good. So, yeah, Karaz can't attack this turn, which is good for me. We'll see where this is going to go. Because so long as I don't see... Okay, there we go. You can have Domain. I don't need my extra deck, thank you. I don't want you to have the trap that can literally annihilate everything I know and love. Oh? Okay. Good old Magician Souls. Okay. It's a slightly different Monarch build, indeed. Alright, so you're ditching a couple spells, or at least one spell. Drawing more spells. I see. Interesting. I guess he assumes he doesn't need that protection, or maybe he has another one. Hard to say. But yeah, he can get out his Domain of the True Monarchs. I really don't care. I don't need an extra deck. I'm more worried about that being, or one of these being, I should say, that darn trap again. Well, that would not be good. Because he has like 5 different uses of the darn thing, which is a lot. Of a lot of uses. Alright, so now it's our turn. As soon as whatever's resolving resolves. Yeah, Karaz go back to hand. Okay. Alright. Hey! Eatos! We were just talking about how useful you are right now. So we'll summon out Guardian Eatos, and we're going to equip her with the Celestial Sword Eatos. Indeed. So, how many monsters do you have in the graveyard? You have one. You have one card. I guess it's still better I get rid of that one card, even though it's not much. I'm just going to go ahead and banish his Eatos. Or at the very least, bait out whatever this guy's got face down. If he had, something else. I don't know what. But we'll activate our Power of the Guardians onto my Eatos. And I have a Poopus, which is really good. So for now, though, let's go ahead and enter the Eolden battle phase. See where it comes of this. Let's attack into Aether. I'll get myself my counter. You have Monarch's Erupt, but that's not a problem. I don't need monster effects. I have the biggest monster, therefore I don't need anything. So we'll go ahead and set our Poopus. I'll set Called By just in case. And I think that will do for our turn. I believe you have... Let's see, what do you have in the graveyard? I guess you could use the Prime Monarch, maybe? Hard to say. But yeah, during his end phase, if he does not have a tribute monster, he will lose everything. Let's see. I don't remember how that works with a Poopus. Do I risk that? I don't remember how this works, so let's experiment here. We'll activate a Poopus the Serpent. That summons out a Poopus. That still sets a trap from the deck. Okay. But, you know, we'll have to use that later. I really just want, like, a body on the board more than anything else. We'll see. Because now that, since I banished his Eatoses, that's actually really good. Because now he doesn't just straight up get them back. That was really my plan here. Oh, to get another Eatos, right. I was about to say, if you tribute summon a monster or its cards in the grave, add to hand or special summon. Yes. But that won't do you any good, because unless this is his tribute monster, Kuraz, once more upon the board. Alright, popping 2 of my cards, you say? Well, thankfully, power can protect Eatos. So I think the call here is definitely to use Call the Grave on his Eatos. 120%. That is definitely the right call here. Because if I can prevent Eatos from coming back, I should, in theory, be good. So I'll get to draw a card. He gets to draw a card as well. But my monster is still bigger. That's the most important thing. All right. Oh, it's just an upstart. Okay. I could use some life points. Okay, I'll take some life points. I appreciate that. Okay, but this is a good situation. We have banished all of his Eatoses. So no easy searching of that confounding trap of his. So we should be, in theory, okay. I mean, he will definitely get rid of a Poopus. But next turn, I can get rid of Kuraz. And so long as I can keep the pressure going, so long as I can keep, you know, getting rid of his monsters for his tributes, I should be good. And I will mention right now, this is actually a really good thing that the ruling on trap monsters changed. Because in the past, when trap monsters got negated, they would go back as to being spell traps, which was like the worst thing in the world. It is not fun when that happens. But that's neither here nor there. So I'll keep a Poopus here, just in case I need him. Let's see here. Ooh, another Arsenal Summoner is not bad. Let me think about this. I'm going to activate the effect of my Morganite in the graveyard. This way he can't do stuff when I normal summon. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Normal summon Arsenal Summoner. Set another trap card. Battle phase. So if this is the trap card that interrupts everything I know and love, there's nothing I can do about it. There ain't nothing else I can do about it. So let's attack into Kuraz and see what comes of it. Okay. I think we're in the clear. Methinks so. So we'll attack into the Souls of Wizards. Literally the soul of wizards, them they be. And we shall end our turn now. Now should be good. Alright, so he gets 1 draw. He has no Eidoses left. He has no Tribute Fodder left, unless he top decks into Dia. But even if he does, his own effects are negated because of his trap. But now the trap is gone, so I get my effects again. And I'm all set for days. So what we're going to do here is go for the gold. So we're going to summon out Duels the Timeless. I will risk it all for that biscuit. So I'm going to go ahead and attach 2 materials for my dude and double the attack of Eatos. Big number, big. Alright, so we'll enter the battle phase, and if he goes ahead to play that trap of his, I'm just going to double a Popus, and that'll be game right there, negating this thing. Oh, confound it, I forgot he had that trap. No. My big numbers. I was number big. Well, that's unfortunate. Now I can't battle phase next turn. Alright, well, that's neither here nor there. Now that that's a thing, let's go ahead and Pot of Prosperity. You know what, if he's gonna stop me from doing things, I might as well do other things. As one does. Okay, so keep Utopia just in the off chance I need them. And we'll get rid of all the cards I very rarely use. Alright, let's see. No, 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 maybe. Oh, definitely going for Statue Pattern. You know, he's my boy. I will make sure that my boy has one last chance at glory before, you know, Odeon cards completely make him irrelevant. So we're all set here. So I can't have battle phase next turn, but that is totally fine. I'm going to activate my Statue Pattern blatantly in the imperm column. I don't even care. So now I have my Anguish Pattern. I summon out a trap monster. I get to pop a card. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to a Popus Upstart Goblin. That would be ridiculous. But this, you know, this is a duel right here. This is what we would call a proper duel, folks. You know, my opponent is going all for it. I'm going all for it. See, this is the matchup we have when my opponent doesn't have that infernal trap of theirs. That beautiful, glorious son of a gun trap card. So let's negate the pantheisms of Monarchs. And I'm going to pop his face down, because again, I don't need my extra deck here. I could if I wanted to. Maybe next turn. But yeah, no triple tactical talents for you, sir. Not at all. Not at all, sir. Although you do get yet another searching of cards. I'm still surprised. But Pantheisms being as good as it is, and with all this new Monarch support, I would not be surprised if this made it onto like the limited list or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Considering Tessera can get a Dia out pretty easily, and you know, a Dia hits the grave, you recover a banished spell. I could see Pantheisms maybe getting hit in the future. Maybe not the next list, but possibly the following list, I would say. Definitely not the next list, though. Okay, so you are going to get... this card is banished. Target dude. Okay, wait a minute. I guess you can get the trap card. I don't think that matters too much. I don't think I want you to have the spell. I feel like you want the spell. I don't want you to have the spell. But I'm going to go ahead and activate my Metal Reflect Slime here. Because I bloody well can. And then Statue Pattern. Pop that trap card. I should have popped the field spell. I'm dumb. Okay, doesn't matter. It legitimately doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. I have drawn into Dimension Fissure. So I'm A-okay. And my opponent surrenders anyway. I mean, you had at least one more turn on you, but that's okay. We come back and smack back against the Monarch player. A nice back and forth where it was all about who could maintain momentum. And our momentum never stopped. So let's go ahead for the end phase, the end screen, I should say, and we'll talk more about this deck here. Alrighty, everybody, so our Guardian Eatos deck 2025 edition went 3 out of 4 duels, which is honestly a bit better than I was expecting. I was thinking like 2 and 2. 1 and 3 at the least. I mean, if I was going for like out of 3, like 2 out of 1, 1 out of 2, that sort of thing. Because it's mostly like how Yu-Gi-Oh is nowadays. Eatos is a very dated card. It doesn't do a whole lot of much, and its equipped spell misses timing. But Lordy, it worked out pretty dang good for us today. We were able to get out our trap monsters to support our girl, equip her with stuff, make herself pretty darn huge. We didn't get to go for Dread Scythe, unfortunately, just because, like, you know, it just didn't want to happen. We tried. We tried real dang hard to do that, but unfortunately, it didn't come up today. But she almost did. She almost did us all really good, gaining all those attack points. So I'm happy with how the deck turned out. Hope everybody in home is as well. If you did enjoy today, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to help the channel out, because dang it, I refuse to go down without a fight. You guys know that. So thank you for watching. Here's the deck profile for those who are interested in what we were playing, and take it out and have yourself a good old time with your buddies with this deck. It's pretty fun to play. So for our main deck, we put one copy of Divine Serpent Get and one Guardian Dreadsight. Cards that get locked out if we play our Morganites, but it's still fun to have them in case we don't get Morganite or what have you might happen. We have 3 copies of Eatos because she's the whole point of the deck. You know, summon it if you have no monsters in the graveyard. Get rid of equipped spells, banish your opponent's monsters, get a big power boost for a turn, that sort of thing. 1 copy of Sylphid, which I'll explain in a moment. We have our 3 copies of Arsenal Summoner. Flip it, add a Guardian card like Eatos, Dreadsight, Power the Guardians. But you don't want it in the graveyard, and that's what Sylphid is for. You summon him by banishing a wind monster from your graveyard. He's a level 4 body on the board. So if you happen to need to flip him Arsenal to get Eatos, but he hits the grave, this can be your saving grace here. 3 copies of Morganite is our primary draw engine. Lets me draw 2 cards, lets me summon 2 monsters, which is irrelevant here, but it does let me draw twice in a turn, so that's pretty damn good. 3 Pot of Extravagance, because the extra deck is irrelevant for the most part. It's all things we can summon but don't need to, so it's just more draws there. 1 Succumbing Song Morganite, which is actually much better for the deck than Time Tearing, but it allows me to attack up to 2 monsters a turn, deal double battle damage to the opponent, that sort of thing. It's really good. It also searches out Morganite. 1 Pot of Prosperity, because digging into the deck is important. 1 Call by to stop Ash. 3 Dimension Fissure, because again, we don't want any monsters in the graveyard. I was going to try Macro as well, but that would have required like to play actual monsters instead of trap monsters, and it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked, but that's another story entirely. But yeah, 3 Dimensional Fissures to get rid of monsters in the grave, 3 copies of Power of the Guardian, so Eatos keeps getting bigger and bigger as she goes. 1 Celestial Sword Eatos, which if it was worded correctly would give Eatos a huge power boost, but it isn't, therefore it's just like any other equipped spell, but it is her equipped spell. That's important. 1 copy of Reaper Scythe Dreadsight, which is equipped onto our Dreadsight. It's really only going to happen once if it goes off at all, but it will allow Dreadsight to beat over a lot of things, especially if your opponent's grave is filled up with monsters. 2 copies of Mage Power, because we're playing trap monsters, so why wouldn't I play this card? 2 copies of Armory Call to get our equipped spells. We have 1 Tiki Curse, 1 Tiki Soul. We have ourselves Statue of Anguish Pattern to pop things when we play our trap monsters. 1 Metal Reflect Slime is a big body, which we can float into Egyptian God Slime. 3 copies of Apupus, the Swamp Deity, for negation. 3 copies of Apupus, the Serpent, to search out the Apupus and play it in the same turn. So as for our extra deck, things like Masquerade and Little Knight, things like Unicorn, pretty basic stuff. We have Blackluster Soldier if things get really dicey and we really need to link off things. We have 1 Saryuja Skuldred, we almost never summon, but it's an option we have. 1 copy of Underworld Goddess in case our opponent makes big monster we can't get over. 1 Dugares, which has a lot of different effects, drawing cards, summoning monsters, which we never do, but we can also make a monster absolutely huge. 1 Baguska if things get really dicey. We have the Utopia package if we need to beat over something that's 5,000 or less. 1 Dugares, or not Dugares, that's Dugares. This is Dragos, the Vampiric Dragon. A cool card if he gets banished by the opponent because he'll set himself face down again. And when flipped face up, he sends cards on the field to the graveyard. It's pretty dang neat. It's pretty dang neat. We have ourselves 1 Lancelot, Dark Knight of the Underworld, because we can on a rare occasion make the darn thing. And it's better to have it than not. 1 Typhon and 1 copy of Double Zeus Sky Thunder. Just another couple of nice monsters that are fairly generic, but we can make them, and just in case we need them. And then lastly, Egyptian God Slime, because I can float into it, like I said, with my slime. It protects my other monsters from being attacked and stuff, can't be beaten in battle. So it's a nice little defensive wall. As for the side deck, it really just depends on the build you want to go for. If you want to go more fairy focus, things like that, going for like Parshath and the like, go for things like Hecatrice and the Valhalla, the Hall of the Fallen, along with things like Archlord Christia. There's things like Triple Tactical Talents and Thrust if you want a different draw engine. There's That's 10, which can be very useful if my opponents are like going off a combo, and just playing card after card after card. So we can activate our Your Finish card on their turn, wipe out their board. It's pretty nice. There's also other trap monsters, so there's like Embodiment of Apopus. If you want to search out even more Snake Boys thanks to our Apopus the Serpent, that's an option. You have things like Zoma the Earthbound Spirit, which can do a lot of damage to my opponent if they attack into the darn thing, and then because of this thing's effect, they have to. And then lastly, there's Macrocosmos. Again, if you want to just completely make sure there's nothing in the graveyard, you can play this card as well. It becomes a thing with this deck that if you do get hit with Harpy's Feather Duster or like evenly matched or something, and you lose Macrocosmos, then that could be a problem. Also, if you just don't draw into macro or dimension fissure, things can get dicey if you're running like multiple monsters. So that was today's deck, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow is actually going to be on Master Duel because we're playing another Vernisylph deck, and this dang duck will refuse to be activated here on Yugioh Pro. But we're taking a look at a combination of Vernisylphs and Earthen Zombies. This is not the exact deck, but it's similar to this one. So that's what it's going to be for tomorrow. I hope you guys will be stopping by there. And until next time, everybody, y'all stay safe, stay happy, and you have a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the flip side. You have a good one.